basically, the idea on building up a European Blockchain Association was not generated by us. It was basically generated by the EU Commission through our relationship with the EU Commission for around about 10 years, coming from the alternative financing field. And as you all know, in the times where ICOs were hyped and a lot of people made a lot of money, but also a lot of people a little bit of shady type of money, the European Commission was hard on driving regulatory issues, and also was hard in order to find out on a neutral state what it's all about and what the different approaches on using blockchain in industries can develop for future development, also for benchmarking Europe as one of the leading areas geographically when it comes to blockchain development. And as we have seen, there are a lot of different tenders already out there, giving a lot of money to different organizations, especially in the research field, in order to find out what can be done and how blockchain especially can be used. So we as a European Blockchain Association made it a little bit different and said, how should an association look like when it comes to blockchain? And we basically are a decentralized organization by definition. So our core body is basically driven by a decentralized network that synchronizes and on a governance model. And the governance model is an open source model. It's sitting on the GitHub, everybody can see it, and every member basically is signing in to the governance model. And this contract, driven by the members each other, is as open as it is, of course, binding, which means, and in the manner of using a decentralized model, the European Blockchain Association is by definition an open association, giving everybody the possibility to be part of this as part of the work group, part of the education program, part of the development program, and part of the European, basically, tender movements that we are engaged with. So the activities basically is really on synchronizing, leveraging, and also, of course, giving a blockchain-related issue on the European level to the different stakeholders. And we have seen so far that as the whole system is, of course, very dynamic, that at the moment, our best interest is, especially on European projects, to be kind of this European neutral counterpart. So we are in around about 4 tenders active at the moment. And there our mission is really to be a neutral entity in order to combine and synchronize the different levels of activity, which gives us a very good overview in terms of reporting back to the European Commission, but also giving, of course, the participants in the tender a very good kind of exchange movement on a very dynamic basis that is sometimes needed. So we serve, therefore, as the superior neutral body that aggregates and coordinates. And to give you an example right now from our last meeting today, of course, people from INATBA and of course, people from the Blockchain Observatory Board and the DJ Growth and DJ FISMA, they're on board of this meeting. So it's not a competitive association or just another association. It is about kind of trying to bring those different stakeholders together and build a decentralized network that is more a tool set than it is a guidance level. So all our members who understand that use it really as a set of tools to build something. So as it is decentralized and as a semi-autonomous association and organization, it by definition, of course, needs also a token. So we defined an XSC token, which is our own token, which we use not only in events at times where coronavirus is no longer present, which we used prior to the events as a payment method, but also, of course, as an institutionalized tender method in order to bring more attention to the possibility of using cryptocurrency. Because as we are now talking about blockchain and we are very literal about it, or at least we know more than a lot of other people, imagine there are basically 99.5% out there who don't know anything about it. So we, of course, use that token in order to bring people a board, in order to see how it's all working and to give them a leverage on usage and to feel how they can really use that as a tool for themselves, for their industry, or for their practical reason. So the networks nodes you see there are basically the different engagement areas where we are at the moment present. First, it's what we call EBAX. These are the local blockchain hubs throughout Europe, and these could be universities, this could be innovation centers, that could be accelerators. This could be all sorts of basically technically or industry-driven entities who want to join in, who want to give basically a tool set that we provide in their country and build on that tool set without developing it new. So it's an open call. Then we have, of course, at this time, more or less virtual blockchain hubs, communication channels, and websites that we support. We are very active in the education field. So we developed together with the Ludwig Maximilian University in Munich and a professional education program and curriculum that we now teach for the third time already. And we are very happy to report that this curriculum is also, of course, decentralized and open. So there is an open call and invite to universities out there in Europe who want to join that movement, who want also to go into an executive training program with certification. You're more than welcome to contact us that we can kind of build an additional program for you if you want. Crowdstart Capital is kind of a venture capital organization that is integrated and interwoven and can be activated as a tool for whoever wants to use it. And the payment and accounting system is basically also interwoven. The work groups is a very interesting and output-driven thing. So our work groups at the moment are basically the proof of stake work group, who is now on the state of having a working paper. And in the work group, there are around 82% of the proof of stake working group members in Europe represented in terms of power. So in terms of numbers and euros, it's about 3.4 billion euros represented in proof of stake power that are there. So it's very important for us, of course, that the output there is leveraging and neutralizing. The new one is the SSI work group. So whoever is engaged in self-sovereign identity and want to bring things forward in terms of regulatory approach, understanding, education, and development is more than welcome to join us there, because it's at the moment building up. We already have a very good setup of members, and of course we are more than happy to welcome more. All the working groups are driven by idea from the members, so we have no agenda building up the working group. The working groups are built on basically input from the members and then structured by a given governance model. The Academy, this is just what I mentioned, just to give you a small insight. It's together with the TUM, together with the Imperial College, with the ADIA in Barcelona, with Zigurat, with NOR, and this is the Academy that we are building up. Also there, it's an open call. As I said, whoever is interested, happy to receive your interest, and let's work on it together. The events at the moment, of course, it's more or less online as this event, but we are coming also from an offline world. So, and prior Corona, we had nearly weekly meetups with specialists in the industry fields with around about 200 to 300 per participants per meetup. So that it was a very vital field of action, and we are still, of course, having that network, and we are more than looking forward to have this live contact again, especially meeting all you guys, you know, Katerina and all the organization team there, and have this mingle, you know, this magic sauce of networking that is needed, especially, and that we are really looking forward to have it again. And that's about it. So basically, my part here was just to give you a little bit of an insight what we do. And as the blockchain whole ecosystem, even we think it's already there for a decade, it's still in the beginning, especially when it comes to industry adaptation. So whatever you want to do, please feel free to contact us, and we are happy to cooperate. Have a great day, and thanks again for having us.